experience with mental illness was a very difficult and challenging experience. It was during my college years. Initially at college, when I went away for my freshman year at Ohio State University, I experienced what I think, looking back, was the onset of depression. My GPA dropped to 1.8. I gained like 20-30 pounds. I would sleep 10 plus hours. I wouldn't go to class, and I think looking back, I was depressed. I felt like a minority person. I felt like I didn't fit in or belong, like I didn't have a sense of community.
Let's just say I depended too much on somebody, and eventually that ended. So then that left me feeling like alone. I used to always relate it to me like having like being on a hill and having like a stick, and that person used to be my stick. And then when like the stick went off, like when it went away, like I fell down like the theoretical hill.
It was very tough. It was very hard. It was a traumatic experience, but in some ways it's also shaped me for the person I am today and the work I want to do for the rest of my life. So it hasn't been easy, but I think I've been able to find some meaning and purpose out of going through that experience. However, I was having the onset of florid psychotic episodes and symptoms. I was hearing voices. I was having religious preoccupations and delusions. I had voices telling me I was an angel or I was a prophet. I saw crucifixes and doves in the sky. By my senior year, I was basically like a homeless person on campus.
So then I remember there came a point where I couldn't sleep anymore, and I told my mom, like, Mom, I can't sleep, and she got me sleeping pills. And I had the idea. I took 17 pills that night. I remember in the car I had like this solid like 30 seconds of like, I don't want to die. Like, actually, like, I don't know, I just like, I realized that like I can't die because of this.
1 in 5 teenagers is diagnosed with a mental illness. That might be a mood disorder such as depression. It might be a learning issue like attention deficit hyperactivity disorder. But about 20% of teenagers do have a mental illness. Mental illness can also affect teenagers if they have a friend or family member with a mental disorder as well. If someone has like a rapid change in behavior, so maybe they're taking a lot of risks recently, maybe they've become socially isolated, I think the best thing to do is be there for them, listen to them, talk to them, and encourage them to seek help if they need it.
Well, maybe it's that if you see that someone you know or someone you care about is showing signs, don't force them into telling you. Don't be like, oh, what happened? Oh, why? Oh, why this or why that? I think what the best course of action, if you really, really, really want to help them, is to really let them know that you're there for them.
And you recognize in yourself that you sometimes need help. Somebody who requires lifelong help, or help over a longer term, is somebody dealing with something like you dealt with, only it's having a greater impact on their lives. And physical medicine and mental health care are progressive enterprises where the goal is to help people lead normal lives as fulfilling as possible.
For people who are scared by the prospect of living with a mental health issue for the rest of your life, understand that you're not alone, and it does get better, and you can continue to live the life you want to live. You have to be brave, you have to be courage. You'll have hard days, you'll have days that are struggle, you'll have off days, but you can still live a fun, meaningful, and beautiful life. Just continue on.